Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is the gardening video series that I am putting out. Hopefully the tips and tricks that I will be going over in these videos will help you out in your gardening adventures. Hope you enjoy. Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about some gardening basics. When you get started out, if you want to pick a spot for your garden, you're going to want to find one that's at least got 8 hours of sunlight minimum. The more sunlight, the better. Once you do that, you can, if you want to, get some soil samples and take them to one of the local offices. You have to call around and find out which one would do it for you. Get your soil tested. That way you know what your soil needs, and you can add that to it if it needs nitrogen and all that. I never did. I did the method that my dad had done for a long time. He just draw his rows after he tilled it up, put his fertilizer in the row and then the seeds in there. It does work that way. It does fairly decent. I did that for years, up until about 8 years ago. What I started doing was bio-intensive gardening. More or less, it's just natural gardening. It's the old school methods of crop rotation, putting in, making compost as well. I don't really make compost to what they would do. I just spread it out on the garden and till it under. Anytime you got grass clippings, leaves, straw, if you've got chickens or any livestock of any type, put it into the garden and till it under. That's a natural fertilizer. As far as crop rotations and sister planting and so forth like that, that's where, like, sister planting would be if you put your corn and your beans and then put like a winter squash such as pumpkins and, you know, squash like that together. They all help one another. The corn's there for some pole beans to grow up. The beans are there to help the nitrogen in the ground for the corn to grow better. And then the winter squash would be for like a mulch on the ground, because they'd grow up through the rows. The vines would cover the ground to keep it from being dried out from the sun and keep it moist longer. Everything works together as a team in a sister planting. Sometimes you can put other crops together that kind of benefit one another, and it helps each other out. I read a book called Grow More Vegetables, and I've came across this type of planting. It's a real good book. It gives you a lot of great ideas. There is also some videos on YouTube that have this type of gardening. If you wanted to go this route, I've had better luck going this route than I did with just sprinkling the fertilizer down the row. When you get to that point of building your garden all up, another thing would be, what would you want to grow? Do you plan on saving your seeds? Or you plan on going down to the local store and just picking your seeds up every year? I used to do that. but I got to the point where I wanted to save my seeds so I didn't have to buy seeds over and over again. Once I found out what I wanted to grow, there's different varieties of different vegetables and all that out there, but you can go with a open pollinated or heirloom. Both of them are an open pollinated seed. You can save them seeds very easily. You have to look up, each seed's a little bit different, where to find it, how to prepare it. Everybody does it a little bit differently, such as tomatoes. If you wanted to save your tomato seeds, what I usually do when I save my tomato seeds is I'll cut the tomato in half, I'll clean the seeds all out, I'll put them in a butter dish, leave them outside with it covered up. You might want to put a rock or a brick on it so the wind doesn't blow it away, but like outside on the back steps or back porch, back patio, whatever, just kind of in a spot out of the way. We'll go over this more, but that's just the method that I do is they leave that out there for a week. You clean your seeds and then you spread it out on newspaper and let them dry. I've been doing this for 8 years like this, and I've been getting the same tomatoes over and over again by doing this, and I haven't bought tomato seeds for at least 8 years now. I'm gradually figuring out how to save the other ones now after I've mastered that one. Pepper seeds, anything that's open pollinated. If you wanted to start out small, tomatoes and peppers would be a great one to start out with. There's different ways to do it. Like I said, you'll have to look it up. I'll try to go over some of the different ones in another video on how to save them that I have done anyway and had good luck at. As far as open pollinated and heirloom seeds, you can buy some varieties at the store. There are several places online that you can look up. A basic example of some places that I have ordered from, of course this is a free plug, but Seed Savers Exchange is a good one. There's another one down in the Ozarks that is, I think their website's called rareseeds.com. There are a couple great places to look up different ones. They seem like they're a little bit expensive, but if you think about it, if you're able to learn how to save the seeds, it's a lot cheaper, and you get your same response over and over again. As far as going to the store and picking up the ones that might be like a hybrid, I've heard some people have good luck at saving some of them, and there's another chance that you might not get the same thing the next year or the year after that, because it would go to whatever it was mixed with, or you might not have any plants come up at all. The heirloom or open pollinator, the ones that's been saved for years over and over again, for generations and so forth. As far as that, I believe everything else is explained as I'm going to go. I have picked up some different methods over the years of growing stuff that I'm going to try to go over as I get to that point. Well, I believe that's it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share. Have any comments, please leave a comment. I'll try to answer it as soon as possible. Thank you again for watching.